Welcome to the Dark File, Case 05. Some monsters wear medals, others wear white coats. Auschwitz, 1943. In a place engineered for mass death, one man wasn't content to merely kill. He wanted to study it, to measure it, to poke and prod and peel apart the human body, not for healing but for twisted science. That man was Josef Mengele. And this isn't legend. This is history. Josef Mengele was born into privilege in 1911 Germany, the son of a wealthy factory owner. He studied medicine and anthropology, fields meant to preserve life. But somewhere along the way, his education collided with a rising ideology, one that whispered of racial superiority, of purging the impure. By the late 1930s, Mengele had joined both the Nazi Party and the SS. Under the wing of Dr. Ottmar von Verschuer, a respected geneticist with a dark allegiance, Mengele refined his obsession, twins, deformities, and the myth of racial purity. He wasn't always an ideologue, but once he found the Nazis' pseudo-scientific cause, he became more than a believer. He became a crusader. By 1943, Mengele was stationed at Auschwitz-Birkenau, the deadliest Nazi concentration and extermination camp. It was there on the arrival ramp that he earned his name, the Angel of Death. With a flick of his gloved hand, he decided who would live and who would die. One path led to forced labor, the other to the gas chambers. But not everyone went left or right. Some, twins, dwarfs, pregnant women, children with rare physical traits, were pulled aside. Not to be spared, to be studied. In the so-called hospital barracks, Mengele built a kingdom of terror. His victims, mostly children, often twins. He claimed to offer them sweets. He smiled. He listened. Then he strapped them down, cut into them, drained their blood, injected dyes into their eyes, amputated limbs, sometimes while they were still awake. And when one twin died, he killed the other. For comparison, for science. Mengele's research was grotesquely meticulous. He sought to prove biological inferiority, using methods that defied sanity. Removing organs without anesthesia, transfusing blood between twins, sewing children together in twisted attempts to create artificial conjoined twins, blinding infants with chemical drops, dissecting corpses for shipment to German universities, testing how long a baby could live without food. One child survivor remembered him as a smiling uncle who brought chocolates, then opened their skulls. Another described hundreds of human eyes pinned on his wall like butterflies. The horror wasn't just physical, it was psychological. Patients were kept just alive enough to be used, then discarded. When the Soviet army closed in on Auschwitz in January 1945, Mengele vanished into the smoke of collapsing Germany. He walked free, disguised as a common soldier. He lived on farms, changed names, lied his way past Allied forces. For 34 years he was a ghost, slipping from Germany to Argentina, then to Paraguay and finally to Brazil. While survivors mourned their children, Mengele sipped wine and swam in tropical waters. He died in 1979, free, unpunished, buried under a false name. Not a single day behind bars. Josef Mengele wasn't just a war criminal. He was the embodiment of how science without ethics can become a tool of pure evil. He didn't kill with rage. He killed with curiosity, with a scalpel, with a clipboard. And to this day, the scars he left behind, both on bodies and on history, have never fully healed. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Case 04 drops next week. You won't want to miss it, because in the dark files the truth doesn't hide. It waits.